especially on forced turnovers. So we got to really lock in on our turnovers, make the right play at all times.
James, we appreciate the time. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Hard doing it all. He's got 16 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
Well, they might want to think about setting a few more screens for him to try to give him another open look or two.
Chicago with the ball. A two-point game. Not a lot of people thought, Steve, that Chicago had a chance last year to do much when Derrick Rose went down, but they stuck with it and ended up in the playoffs nonetheless.
And they didn't just make the playoffs. They had home court advantage in the first round as well.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Beverly and Harden man the backcourt. Howard is out there with Ninjaoox, and it's Brewer in at the small forward. Now here's Beverly, pulls up on the wing. It's rebounded by Noah. Noah's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Unfortunately for the Bulls, home court advantage really didn't do much for them as they dropped their first 2 games at home and were bounced in the first round. Another example of why home court advantage is desired. It doesn't necessarily guarantee anything in the playoffs. Matchups drive results.
Timeout called the Rockets.
Well, the Bulls ran into a solid Wizards team and lost in the first round of the playoffs. It looked to me like he might have been worn down. I think a healthy Bulls team with a little more depth is definitely a threat to go deep this season.
The Rockets making a switch here. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Tom Thibodeau was giving to his team. Derrick Rose was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
All right, Doris. Chicago leading. Right side, Butler. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terrence Jones. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Rose goes in. Oh, wide open look for Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 14 points for Pau Gasol. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And there's Terry. He's got 8. From past the arc. Here's Jones, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Well, I tell you, that's outstanding determination to track that rebound down and fight his way to the bucket for the throwdown.
Clark, that is the effort they're going to need for the rest of this game.
And not just on the offensive glass, Kevin, but all over the floor.
Here's Rose, following the score by Houston. The dish to Gasol. Back to Rose. Lee Perez was put in just the right spot. Rose has got 15.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Terry. Some solid defense from Gasol.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Joakim Noah, last season's Defensive Player of the Year, and for the Bulls, it really seemed like their defense and their offense revolved around Noah.
Rose. Good. Rose. Here's Terry. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Harden. Back to Terry. Wide open. And it's Terry again missing.
Tell you what, he can be really frustrating as a shooter. All you can do is grimace because he just can't find the range.
You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, it's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
So it's the Rockets now. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And he gets it to go.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Now here's Rose. He's got 17 inside to Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 16 points for Pau Gasol.
Great teamwork out there, really helping each other out.
Their plan is one. I mean, they're like a symphony. Everybody in harmony and in beat and in rhythm. 5 straight baskets now have resulted because of assists.
Now here's Terry. He's got 11. Shot clock at 6. From deep, Harden. Rebound by Butler. The Bulls leading by 7. The pass to Gasol. And he drops it in from the low post. Gasol's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Man, great ball movement. They're just picking this defense apart with their passing.
Well, how about the 3 Ps, Steve? Purposeful, precise, passing. We love it, and so does this team because they're taking advantage of it.
Here's Rose. Terrence Jones making his last shot. This one for 3. Rose, no good. Rockets trail by 7. It's Harden with the drive. He goes up again. Rebounded by Rose.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Here's Butler. Rejected by Howard. Here's Terry. Passes it to Papanicolaou. No good on the 3. The Bulls leading by 7. Butler in the corner. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Over in the corner, Gasol. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
And I think when you look at Hakeem Olajuwon, I mean, the numbers show that he was a phenomenal defensive player. 3,830 career blocks, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. I think you put him alongside greats like Bill Russell, who played before blocks were actually recorded, of course. But you put Olajuwon up near Russell in terms of maybe greatest interior defenders of all time.
And here is Brooks following Jason Terry's three. The drive by Brooks. That's good. Brooks has got his second basket of the game.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
Yeah, that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed on good looks right at the rim.
Harden's shot is off.
Tell you what, as well as he shot in the last quarter, Kevin, it's a total flip here in this. He just can't get anything to go in the basket.
Well, the Rockets, wouldn't you say, are really to be commended, Clark, for rebuilding this team without tearing it down to the studs, or tanking, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. I mean, they've improved dramatically with Harden and Howard. This is a team that's held the winning record in the West now for 8 straight seasons. That's pretty impressive.
It is. And it's Terry again missing. Chicago leading by 8. And oh, here we go. Brooks got it, the fast break chance. He gives them a double-digit lead.
Boy, they've been so sound offensively in the second half. I love the way they're playing.
Yeah, there's really no comparison in the shooting percentages between the teams since the break.
And the Rockets show great patience and planning over time, freeing up cap space, acquiring young assets. That enabled them to trade for James Harden and, of course, attract Dwight Howard in free agency, too.
Now Mirotic following the miss by Terrence Jones from deep. No good from Gibson. Left side, Terry for 3. They get it back. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Rockets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the first one drops.
At the line for the Rockets, Terrence Jones.
That one is no good. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Gibson setting the pick for Heinrich. Here's Mirotic. Out to Brooks. The feed to Heinrich. Stolen by Terry. A shot by Harden. Buried it just in the nick of time.
He sure did. Right on cue. Man, was that major drama. He loves those situations, though.
Well, that was big time. Knew exactly how much time he had left. Squared up and let it fly.
Present our State Farm assist of the game. With 5 total assists in the game, we've seen some great passing tonight from Rose.
And his passing ability is why they make sure the offense runs through him on a regular basis. Great assists like the one we just saw.
Rockets trail by 6. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. Derrick Rose is out there with Dunleavy. And it's Mirotic in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
And another 3-pointer to the second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Rose kicks to Mirotic. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Smith the pass to McDaniels. Fires it up. Here's Howard. There's the pass to Beverly. He feeds it to Smith to tie it up. And another 3 for Houston.
And we've seen a few mix-ups defensively out there on the perimeter.
More than a few. I mean, the open looks they've allowed from long range have turned into a lot of points.
And he gets it to go. And that's now 19 points for Rose.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Yeah, they're getting outclassed in the paint at both ends, really.
Here's Beverly, and again, the Rockets good for 2. Now here's Rose. He kicks it to Mirotic. Rose goes in. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And boy, that looks like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will.